The first demo today shows how to place the Coil Saver straps. Two belts. I'll show you where those go. It's a non-skid surface. This prevents a change from slipping around the outside of the surface of the ball. This is what you're going to bind your chains around. Bring the coil saver to the edge. That protects the coil, the chains from damaging the coil. And the centerpiece needs to be at 12 o'clock center line. It gives you your best holding power. Again, coil is very lightweight. Start your chain process in the middle, forward or back, either or. Transferring 3 chains from here up here increases your load capacity of close to 50%. Next, we will demonstrate what happens during an emergency stop to both the truck and the coil, with the chains being bound through the eye of the coil. During this demonstration, note the amount of pressure it takes to break the chains during this situation. What we've demonstrated is this coil in motion during an emergency stop. You can see that only one chain takes the pressure from the center line back, hose, center line forward, all the chains get loose. So really this chain does nothing in an emergency situation. You can see that the coil only has to move 1 5/8 inches. And also we're going to note the pistons. It only moved 3 1/4 inches. Now we will simulate what happens during an emergency stop to both the coil and the truck, with the chains being bound with Coil Saver. During this demonstration, note the increase in pressure it takes to break the chains during this situation. Again, I want to show that the front chain gets slack during an emergency stop. The middle of the eye from the center line back continues to hold. You can see always the back chain is the only one holding, and then the front gets slack. Then we're going to measure how much movement it had. 2 15/16, 2 inches and 15/16 inches. Also on the pistons, they had to push 7 inches. This clearly shows that Coil Saver in emergency stop will hold the same amount of chains. It will hold greater than the typical way of putting it through the eye of the coil. All demonstrations today have been using only 3 chains. Now let us demonstrate using 6 chains through the eye of the coil that is required for a coil weighing up to 50,000 pounds. Throw 2 chains on the bottom. We'll measure and see how it is. Also, we still have loose chains in the front, just like we have in the past. Measurement here is 2.5 inches. Measurement here is 6 1/8. Now let's demonstrate using Coil Saver with 3 chains holding on the outside of the coil, along with 3 chains through the eye of the coil. You can clearly see, using Coil Saver, you break 2 chains on the bottom through the eye. The chains on the top are still in place. 3 1/4 inches. 3 1/4 inches. Length of the piston, 7 3/4. Here is an overview of the data that we have gathered today. With 6 chains through the eye of the coil, the pressure required to begin breaking 6 chains is no different than the pressure to begin breaking 3 chains. This proves that it is not the number of chains, but the placement of the chains is the key. Also notice the pressure required with Coil Saver is up to 50% greater than the results without it. As you can clearly see, Coil Saver is now the safest way for transporting a steel coil on our U.S. highways. For more information, please visit us on the web at coilsaver.com and or by phone 205-365-2079.